Hello, everyone, and welcome to another video. So, it's good to be back after a long time. It's a new year. First of all, Happy New Year to all of you. It's the time for Australian Open, the happy slam of the year. So, a lot of things happening at the Australian Open. It has already started, and few good matches have been played so far. Looking forward to a few more great matches. And in this video, we'll talk about the draw, we'll talk about who's in form, who's not, and also try to predict the winner. First of all, as you all know, that there have been some good matches already. Djokovic, the first round that we saw against Pasaueredi was an amazing match. Good to see the new talent coming in and playing at this level. Today's match, Fonseca again played an amazing match, and I think the next couple of years, would be competing against Alcaraz and Sinner for Grand Slams. He could do it even earlier than that, but I still think that with the experience that Alcaraz and Sinner already have on the tour, and they are also complete players, so it would be very difficult for Fonseca to beat them right away. But slowly, if he plays consistent tennis and also brings that slice and dice into his game so that he uses the power that he has effectively, then I think he would be a much better player and a much better competitor against the likes of Alcaraz and Sinner. Now, talking about the draw and potential matchups. So, as we all know, the draw has been kind for Sinner, but it has not been that kind for Djokovic as well as Alcaraz. They are both in the same draw. Now, because Djokovic lost a lot of matches last year, he was not able to win titles as well. And because of that, his seeding dropped. Now he is seeded, I think, number seventh in this tournament. And what that means is he is going to play either Alcaraz or Sinner in the quarterfinals. And as we all know the draw, he's going to play Alcaraz in the quarterfinal if he is able to get there. For Sinner, on the other hand, the draw is not that tough as compared to Djokovic and Alcaraz. So let's first talk about Djokovic. As you know, he was beaten by Opelka just few weeks back. So again, there's danger for him lying in round three after his round one struggle. I still feel that he's not at his 100%. Maybe he's playing his 80%, and that is enough for the other players to actually be able to beat him. So it would be difficult for him, in my opinion, to reach deep into the draw. I won't be surprised if he's beaten by Opelka, or obviously in quarterfinal he has to beat Alcaraz, which will be a very difficult match. But let's see. So quarterfinal Alcaraz, semis Zverev, and then finals, of course, Sinner. So Alcaraz, Zverev, and Sinner. This is as tough as it gets for Djokovic to be able to win his 25th Grand Slam title. Now, talking about Alcaraz, it's pretty much the same. He has to beat Djokovic, Zverev, and Sinner. Again, it's a difficult draw for Alcaraz as well because he has to be fit. He has to play good matches, save his energy for those latter stages of the tournament, and he has some good players to play against as well. So again, tough draw for him, but I think he's playing in good form. He's fit, so I think he should be able to make it through. Talking about Sinner, as I mentioned, he has the easiest draw as compared to Djokovic and Alcaraz. Now, he has some good players on his route, but I think even against Fritz or Medvedev, he has got their number. He will be able to beat them. The court is slow; it's not that quick. And Sinner, he's the defending champion. He knows how to play on hard courts. He's a complete player. He's playing well, serving well. So I think he has too much, in his arsenal to be able to beat all these guys. Now, Alcaraz and Djokovic, again, in the finals, I think because he has a comparatively easier draw, if he saves his energy and doesn't play one or two five setters, I think he would be fit enough and in the best of his form in the finals. Now that brings us to the dark horse. So as I mentioned, Gail Monfils, he's playing well. He just beat Pericard. It was a five setter and it was an amazing match. It could have gone either way. So it's good to see Monfils playing at a higher level. Now the only thing that I need to see is if he's able to maintain his fitness. Now that's a big question, but in terms of form, he's playing well. Fonseca, the match against Rublev, that was amazing, and he has the firepower to win even on a slow court at the Australian Open. He's able to fire winners. The only thing that is questionable is the consistency. Now, when he's in form, when he's in his zone, he's able to hit a lot of winners. He is able to control the points from his forehand, from his backhand. He's serving amazingly well, first serve, second serve. That he has a lot of weapons. But with such players, it's there comes a other side as well. When they are not playing well, are they consistent enough to somehow get the victory? That is the question. So when he is in form, he can beat anyone. But when he's slightly off his form, can he still maintain the level that is required to beat the top guys? That's the question. And that is what I mentioned when I said he has to build that game slowly. But these two are the players which I feel may be getting deep into the tournament and causing few more upsets. Now, talking about the form, as I mentioned, Sinner and Alcaraz are the favorites. They are playing well. Djokovic is playing well, but as I mentioned, he's looking slower. His backhand is doing really well. He's hitting good backhands down the line, and he's serving well as well. But I think he looks slower. And as you saw, Basav already in the first round, he hit a lot of good winners. He was playing aggressive, and that troubled Djokovic. Djokovic was not getting that much time. Sometimes he was not guessing the shots right. Sometimes he was just too slow to reach to the balls. Now, when I say too slow, it's just in comparison with his own level, right? So it's not that if you look as a normal neutral audience, you would say that he's still moving well. But if you have seen his past prime years, you would understand that he is not moving that well. And that is enough for the likes of Sinner and Alcaraz to take advantage. And some of the other players, for example, Opelka, who serves really well. If it gets into a 6-all match or a tie break, two tie breaks, three tie breaks, anything can happen, right? So it would be difficult for Djokovic to maintain that level against these guys. Fonseca, as I mentioned, he can go deep if he can maintain the good form, but he has to build the baseline game as well, not just the power game, but the slice and dice, because that would also be needed. Not to say that he's not doing that, he's still doing that. He's volleying well, as I saw in the first match, but it would be difficult to, or it would be interesting to see rather when he faces some difficult situations. Maybe it's one set all, two sets all. How does he react to those situations? Because here I think he was in command, although the scoreline says that against Rublev it was still tight, but I think he was in command in terms of game. He was intimidating Rublev with his game, and Rublev did not have an answer. But the likes of other big players, they do have an answer, right? They can slow the game, they can use slice and dice, not allow Fonseca to get set up for his big shots. Now, how is he going to handle that? So that would be the question to see. Now, talking about predictions, I think it's very difficult to go against Sinner. He is the defending champion. He's playing well. He looks fit. He has got a relatively good draw, and the court conditions also suit his game. So I think Sinner is the probable winner, and it would take a lot of effort from either Djokovic or Alcaraz or any other player to be able to beat Sinner at this tournament. What do you think? Please tell me in the comments. Thanks for watching.